Hello, everyone. This is Shannon, and we are back for episode 204 of the Arner Adventures podcast. This episode is a replay of an episode that we did last year, just after the holidays, but we thought, well, let's go ahead and get it out ahead of the holidays so you can start thinking about what you're going to do with unwanted gifts, or maybe how to avoid even getting more clutter if that's something that you want to do. So we find this episode really helpful for us as we enter the holiday season. And so you're going to hear us in the episode talk about, it's post-holiday, it's almost New Year's, all that. But we just wanted to get it out ahead of time so that you get the most benefit from the conversation. So we hope you enjoy it and stay tuned for the episode. We are coming off of the season of, people, the hustle bustle, people giving you things maybe that you didn't want. Maybe you haven't set the expectation with people that, hey, we don't want gifts, we don't want things. And even when you do,
even when you still set the expectations, people will still give you things that you don't want.
That's right. Whether or not you've been firm or, don't beat yourself up like, oh my God, I tell everybody that I don't want gifts and they still give them to me. You haven't failed. It's nothing like that. People sometimes just don't know how to handle not giving gifts. So inevitably, whether you're a minimalist or not, you are probably handling unwanted gifts right now. And we're going to tell you what to do with them, how to handle it, and how to avoid getting them in the future.
Let's face it, we've all been there. You unwrap a gift and it's just not something it's just not you. It just doesn't fit.
Or it's just not something that you would use, or something that brings you joy. It's just like, oh, okay, great. Yeah, thanks. It was like a token gift.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's like, here we go again. Got to find a space for this.
Right.
And when you're a minimalist, that's space is sometimes limited. And these gifts can leave you feeling guilty and stuck. If you're not, y'all, there's ways to handle these unwanted gifts responsibly. Are you feeling overwhelmed by all the stuff piling up in your life? We've got something just for you. It's the Arner Adventures Declutter 365.
Declutter 365 is our easy-to-follow guide designed to help you clear out the clutter from every corner of your life. Whether it's the pile of stuff in your home, the endless digital files on your devices, or even the mental load that keeps you up at night, we've got you covered.
Every day, you tackle a simple task that helps you chip away at the clutter. And the best part? You can start anytime. There's no need to wait for the new year or a Monday. You can dive in whenever you're ready.
Over the span of a year, we'll tackle physical, mental, and digital clutter. Imagine having a more organized home, a cleaner inbox, and a calmer mind, all without feeling overwhelmed. It's all about taking small, manageable steps that add to big changes.
Join us on this journey to a simpler, more mindful life. Head over to arneradventures.com/shop.
Let's make space for what truly matters. And now let's get back to the show. So why is this a big deal? Well, there's a big landfill problem, right? I mean, the landfill, some people think they don't see it. It's just this never-ending pile that we can just keep piling things onto. And it's not like that. So just to give you a statistic, really shocking statistic, it's estimated that 5 billion pounds of these gifts, these unwanted gifts, are thrown away in the U.S. alone. That's crazy, right?
That is nuts. Yeah, and I know most people don't think about that. I think the busyness of the season you get caught up in, you don't really think about that kind of stuff. You're just so used to the give and taking of gifts.
Not only does this waste valuable resources, but it contributes to pollution and climate change. So before you toss away that blah sweater or whatever gadget you got that you're not going to use, let's explore some sustainable solutions.
I love that word, sustainable. Okay, well, nobody I mean, wants to spend their time in a line waiting to return an unwanted gift. So you've probably already been in a lot of lines leading up to Christmas time, and this is just overkill. And they're especially long after the holiday season. So let's take back your time.
That's right.
Yeah, put more value in your time.
That's right.
Let's talk about what to do with these unwanted gifts.
Okay. So the first thing is you can regift thoughtfully. Why do we say thoughtfully? Well, don't just pass it on, right? I mean, that's another thing that's really annoying is just regifting. It does get a bad raps, but when it's done with care, it's a great way to give an item a new life. So just make sure it's something that the recipient will truly appreciate, that it doesn't get regifted back to the original gifter.
That is
awkward.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you get, that blah sweater and it is a perfect maroon color that your friend Sally loves, right? And Sally loves cozy sweaters. And she happened to just say, you know what? I don't have a cozy sweater for the winter. And you give her that maroon sweater, that is regifting thoughtfully. If you just give that to, someone because you're like, oh, I just want to get this out of my house, it's not really regifted thoughtfully. And then that person's going to have guilt for not accepting it and blah, blah, blah. And you're just spiraling this whole, circle of gifting doom.
Right. And that could go on and on. It keeps getting passed around, and it builds on the guilt.
That's right.
Number 2 is donate to a worthy cause. There's so many charitable organizations out there who will accept new or almost new, gently used things, from clothing to toys to household goods. You never know. You can brighten up somebody else's day this way. And this is honestly where you'd find the people that would really need this stuff. Align with, things your values. A lot of people, of course, value animal shelters. They always need stuff at animal shelters. That's a good one. Blankets and sheets or homeless shelters.
Yeah. And if you contact the shelters, animal shelters or homeless shelters, you can ask them what they need. And it may be something that you have, or maybe something that you're getting rid of during your decluttering.
That's right.
So number 3 is to sell it or trade it online. So we've talked about this before in other podcasts, how, we really, especially in our no buy year, really made a good amount of money. And then it made it where we don't buy clothes by selling clothes that we no longer wear. So platforms like Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace, eBay, they make it easy to sell or trade items you don't need. Of course, they all take a little bit of a percentage of it, but it's so worth it than you just standing on the corners, putting up a for sale sign for your stuff. That's not really going to work. So use one of these platforms. It's well worth it. You can make money off of the things that you don't want. And that's a win-win. Now, also understand that you're not going to make a mint. If the maroon sweater was $100 sweater, you're not going to make that. If it was gifted to you, just look at it as, hey, if I get, half or even a quarter of that, it's just money that you're pocketing that you didn't have. So it's just a really great way to keep items out of the landfill, and you can put a little cash in your pocket.
Oh, that's right. Number 4 is to repurpose or upcycle. I like that word, upcycle. Be creative. We've done a lot of this before. Make could a scarf become a decorative pillow, or an old T-shirt, become a decorative pillow with a cool saying on the front of it.
Yeah.
Could the mug you don't need become a planter? I'm thinking here. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of neat things. But anyway, we really like these kind of upcycle projects, especially when it's a sustainable thing. It's fun, it's eco-friendly, and it's a way to transform your unwanted gifts into something useful.
That's right. Number 5 is organize a gift swap. So you can gather some friends or family for a gift exchange. So this is great during that weird time of year that we're in, which by the time this drops, there's only one more day of it. Yeah. But it's kind of a great time of year to start the new year and get your friends and family together and say, hey, do you guys want to come over? Bring some of the gifts that you did, or get a gift that you got that you don't want. And everybody can see if someone in the group needs or wants it. And then, hey, it's keeping it out of the landfill. It's a fun, zero waste way to trade something that you'll actually use. But listen, don't be afraid to just donate and not take it. You can bring that mug that somebody gave you that you don't want, and you don't have to take anything away. But hey, Joe up the street who comes to your swap may really like that mug, and there you go. It ends up in somebody's hands who really wants it out of the landfill, and you don't have to take anything away.
And Java Joe has a new coffee mug.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. How to avoid unwanted gifts in the future.
Yeah. So we've been talking about what to do with those unwanted gifts, but now we want to really hone in on how do you just get yourself out of this situation for the future?
That's right.
I am proud to say that Jerry and I did not receive anything. There were, I think, a couple of things like that my mom gave us, but they were things that we needed.
Yeah.
And so we don't have this problem anymore. We have really set clear expectations with family, friends. Do not get us anything.
Yes, we have.
And that our time spent with family and friends is more valuable to us than something that we don't want.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about how you can get in this same situation, how to avoid unwanted gifts in the future. And we'll just, again, repeat, refusing is the first line of defense. But let's go through, there's 4 ways that you can avoid it.
Okay, yeah, number 1 is set expectations early. Let everybody know, your friends and family, that you're focusing on minimalism, sustainability. Share that you prefer, and we've done this for a few years. You're rather like experiences, consumables, or just nothing. Casual conversation or a note, an invitation can be the thing that will show everybody, what you value most and how you like time spent with them.
Number 2 is to create a wish list for giving. So if there are people in your life who insist on giving you something, like they're just not gonna take no for an answer, make it easier for them to show their love by donating to a cause you care about. Suggest that instead of physical gifts, people can donate to a charity. So what we have done in the past, or if someone says, I really want to do something for you, we say, okay, well, how about donate to a shelter that aligns with us? So it could be a rescue group we rescued Betty from, or a shelter that we got that we adopted Rue and B from. It can be a kill shelter that needs more funding in order to become a no-kill shelter. Those things go so far, and it just warms our hearts when someone, tells us, hey, I donated this, or we receive a letter in the mail that someone donated in our name or on our behalf. It is just so wonderful. And hey, it's a win-win. You avoid the clutter and the world gets a little brighter.
That's right. That's right. This is a good one, just to gather people together. Host a no gifts event. And if you're going to host a celebration at your house or whatnot, include a polite no gifts, please note on the invitations, whatever kind of invitation that may be. And your presence is the only present we need. I like that.
That's right. I've seen where people do put in invitations, no gifts, please, and people still bring things.
Yeah.
If you, I know a lot of people want to bring a host gift, and we always recommend a consumable, whether it's a bottle of wine. Hey, maybe you do donate to a charity that aligns with them, and you come, hey, thank you for having me over, and give them an envelope that says you donated, to a cause that they like. Or, hey, I brought some Christmas cookies that, or whatever it is, but just don't bring a gift if they say no gifts. There's a reason they put that on there.
There is, and people are just so geared. I think they're afraid they're going to be the only one that doesn't do it.
Yeah.
They go, everybody's going to bring one anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So number 4 is be a role model. Lead by example. When you give gifts, focus on sustainable, thoughtful options like experiences, consumables, or even plants.
Oh, we love the plants.
Yeah. People may follow your lead. I will say again, I'm very proud that we have really set a precedence on both sides of our families to not do gifts anymore.
Right. We have.
I mean, we don't. Once we said, look, we do not want gifts. And then what we started doing was baking our favorite baked goods throughout the season. And we were giving that to our family. we really stopped the gift giving.
Yeah, we did.
Which was really nice.
Yeah.
It does take so much pressure off. And now when I hear people, go, oh my gosh, I have to get a gift for someone, or whether it's the holiday season or whether it's a birthday or whatever, I just think I would never want someone to dread going out and shopping for me.
Right.
Like, just don't give me anything.
Right.
Yeah. So you can lead by example. So don't fear being the person who says, hey, I don't think we should have gifts. Let's just spend time with each other.
Yeah.
And when all else fails, we do have in the show notes the best minimalist gift ideas for people who don't want clutter. And these do focus on those experiences, but it gives you some out of the box ideas in case you just can't think of anything.
Okay, so now let's rethink how you look at unwanted gifts. They don't have to become wastes. By regifting, donating, or repurposing, you can give items a new life.
That's right. By setting clear expectations and boundaries for the future, you can help reduce the chances of receiving items you don't need. We should all just do our part to keep the planet and our homes a little less cluttered. Am I right?
That's right. If this episode resonated with you, or if you know of someone who would benefit from what we talked about, please share it with a friend.
It's a great way of supporting the podcast, and we really appreciate it.
Another way of supporting the pod is by leaving us a 5-star review or rating on the platform you are listening to us on.
And go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That also supports us. You can always find us, the show notes, and sponsors who support the podcast at arneradventures.com.
And until next time, enjoy the journey you're on. We're wishing you lots of adventures.
Bye-bye. Shannon.
And we're back for episode 158 of the Arner Adventures podcast.